Welcome to a clip that you're watching of the Jaybefaunt Show. I am your host, James Fauntleroy. It's so good to see you, whatever time that you're at, whatever you're doing. Just to let you guys know, the Jaybefaunt Show is also available on some major podcast platforms like Anchor, Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, so you can subscribe to me there. I'm also part of the Revolutionary Blackout Network. You can find me on the JB Show on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on RBN, or you can also catch me on the Roundtable on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, please make sure to smush down that subscribe button just to let me know that you like the content. Also, please make sure to click the link bell so that you never get to miss on any one of my videos. Also, shout out to my patrons on Patreon, as well as my patrons on Coffee. Thank you so much. I am deeply humble and grateful for your contributions, and I really appreciate all that you do for me on this channel. One of the reasons why I am posting this, because I was looking at through TikTok, and I came across this video, and it really hit me hard. One of the reasons why is because I'm the type of person, I have a personality where I do not want to make people uncomfortable. If they're uncomfortable, then I am uncomfortable. However, we live in a capitalist society that is basically riddled with white supremacy, and we have to navigate through this, especially me as a black man. And so when I saw this, this was really a massive hit right to my soul, because, to be honest with you, I felt exactly what this gentleman felt. And I even still sometimes feel this, because I don't want people to be uncomfortable around me. I want to be an approachable person. But when I have a serious face, I look and appear like I can be someone who's mean or someone who's very deeply angry. And I may have a stoic look to my face, but I have to keep myself in a more smiling action so that I appear as like a friendly giant. But the problem is because I'm a black man, I get looked at in such a way where I may be misconstrued as somebody that's dangerous, or somebody that's always angry, or some type of way that you have to kind of veer away from. And so because of that, that's what a lot of us black men feel within this country, and it's due to a lot of the white supremacy that we have been plagued with. And it hurts, to be honest with you, because we always have to seem like everything is happy-go-lucky. Some of us, we always have to feel like everything is happy-go-lucky. So we have to be that way in order for us to, come off more acceptable, right? So I'm going to share my screen really quick, and I'm gonna show you guys this. This was a pretty tough thing, but it really does make a lot of sense when you listen to it. So I'm gonna play this, and I may stop in intervals just in case. So just to let you guys know, this is a 3 minute long video, so I'm gonna stop in intervals. But just to let you all know, the name of the TikToker is New Black. That's NUBLACC, New Black. So I just want to make sure I give him credit for this video, but I just also want to thank him for basically voicing this, because truth be told, I felt this too, and I felt this a lot, especially working in the customer service industry. You know, working, in this system. So, uh, see you on that side. Oh,
A white woman made a comment earlier on my video.
sorry.
I was telling my roommate something earlier, and she didn't really know what to say to it. And I don't blame her for not knowing what to say to it, because it was kind of a wild statement I made. I told her, and this is going to be a crazy thing that y'all hear from me, but But hear me out. You know what I'm saying, hear my reasoning. You want to know one thing I truly dislike about being a black man? First of all, that's a crazy fucking statement, first of all. But it's one thing I genuinely dislike about being a black man.
First of all, even hearing someone say that in the black community, people would automatically get on the defensive and be like, "What do you mean, man? You're not proud to be black?" And it's like, no, it's not that. It's not that we're not proud. It's that within the confines of the system in which we live in, there's a dislike about being black because of the how people within the system treat us, even how some other black people will look at us because they're propagandized to look at other black people in such a way that when they look at us, it's like, oh man, you an angry black man. And it's like, well, nah, it's just, I'm just expressing myself, so that's right there off the jump. Yeah, I felt that.
It's the fact that when I lose my temper, people look at me like I'm this villain, like I'm just the worst person in the world, like I'm this angry ass nigga, like I'm this, I'm that, I'm not to be trusted, I'm to be side-eyed. And that's how they view you forever as a black man, or even as a black person in general, man, woman, transgender, non-binary. I don't give a fuck if your skin look like me, and especially if it's darker skin. And I'm not trying to say this is a whole fucking like race thing. I'm not saying this is a whole race thing. I don't give a fuck what white people go through. I don't give a fuck what Hispanic people deal with. I'm talking about as a black man. I'm talking about as a black individual, a dark-skinned individual. When I'm angry, motherfuckers look at me like that's just who I am. So I gotta like go out of my way to be ultra nice to everybody. Like if y'all were to see my customer service etiquette, you would think that I'm a completely different person. Like when I go in my job, this face is gonna be gone. Like you're gonna see a happy-go-lucky ass smile. You're gonna get the most pleasant fucking voice, and it's taxing to your mental health to have.
Yeah, what he just said, yeah, all that. Because one of the things that we have to do is that there's this angry black man or angry black woman or angry black person trope that is constantly pushed upon us, that's thrust upon us. And so we have to fight it so that we don't come off a certain way, even though there is justification in our anger. There may be justification in our displeasure. But when we try to display it, it's seen as, oh, y'all just naturally angry. Y'all just mad at the world. When really, we actually kind of have a justification of being mad at the world. There's actually a justification of being upset or angry at a system that subjugates us as less than. So, but the thing is that emotion does not equal that's who we are. That's just an emotion that we're displaying, especially at the system that we're subject to. But unfortunately, because it's presented in media, it's presented whenever we do demonstrations, it's displayed whenever in entertainment, that we are constantly angry, that we are constantly upset, that we're constantly having that we are a rage filled type person within this medium. Or if we are very passionate, we're seen as always angry. And this actually goes according to the trope, especially a lot towards black women, that we are always this way when really we're not. It's just you look at the system and how we're constantly being treated, and then this is always placed on us as if this is how we always are, and it's not always that way. And so this is something that really hit me, because I this yeah this whole thing is a mood. So Let me continue.
Have to fucking appease everybody's feelings just because of how you look. Like, like I want to go on voice, and it's taxing to your mental health to have to fucking appease everybody's feelings just because of how you look.
Yeah.
Like I want to go on my job right now and raise hell because I didn't get paid when I was told that I was gonna get paid today.
Yeah.
And I feel like I won't be justified in doing so. Even though I would be 100% justified in doing so, they will fire me and they will look at me like I'm this crazy ass hood nigga. Like it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I left my last job. Like I couldn't deal with the pressure of toxicity. I couldn't deal with the
Yep.
narcissistic manager I had. I couldn't do it. And I was getting to the point where I was arguing with coworkers. I was arguing with fucking customers. I damn near fought a customer. Like I damn near fought a customer online. And it wasn't even nothing that the customer, it was something that the customer did actually. But it wasn't even stemming from them. It just stemmed from the fact of me holding all of this fucking anger in. And I feel like I can't express myself because of the way I look.
The thing is that healthy venting is prevented from us just because of the way we look. We cannot, in a healthy way, vent ourselves. So it builds and builds and builds to a point where we may end up blowing up. It is deeply troubling to our mental health, especially as Black people in this country, at the fact that we're expected to always be angry. So to counteract that, we do unhealthy things in order to appease the mainstream, so that they won't look at us in this trope that has been placed upon us over years and years as angry and hostile and overly aggressive and overly assertive. And so it's definitely a problem, because we have to hold all this in, and we may be thinking all these things, but we can't necessarily express it. But then if we do express it, we're looked at as sometimes maybe even dangerous, because we express our anger, even though we're as, we may be as tender as a kitten, but we may just be expressing our anger and this take in disfavor at that point in time. But because we're Black, it doesn't get seen that way.
You know what I'm saying? Like I thank the Lord that I had great role models in my life to teach me right from wrong, and you know what I'm saying, how to talk to people, how to maneuver through life. And I thank God for the fact that I've worked in so many different businesses that I can be professional when it's time to be professional. But when it's time to loosen that fucking tie, I feel like I can't. Like I cannot. Like I can't loosen my tie. I'm pretty sure even now somebody look at me like I'm fucking like crazy. Like I'm fucking just complaining. Like I'm fucking like somebody's probably watching this right now just thinking like, oh, it'll get better. You just dealing with something that's normal. No, it's not fucking normal. It's not fucking normal.
It's
Like
not.
having to hide who you genuinely are to appease nothing but white people is not fucking normal. It's not fucking normal. That shit is uncomfortable. It's fucking uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable. I was telling my roommate something earlier.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's honestly the discomfort that we feel. It's like we have to be, it's like you have to be on all the time. The only time you can truly turn it off is when you're around like-minded people who typically share the same amount of melanin in your skin as you. That's really the only time you can turn off. And if you have, you know, sometimes if you have family members, depending on who you are, depending on how they are, some of us who uh, you know have friends that are white, sometimes we have to keep that on, you know, depending on how close we are to them. Those of us who are maybe in this space, some of us may have to put on a little bit more of a happy-go-lucky face, to try to appease the people, because honestly, it's just because we don't want to appear in a way that would turn people off. And the problem is that those of us who have a lot less melanin, or significantly less melanin, they are given the grace of being upset or angry, and it's just seen as an emotion. But that grace is never extended to us when we are expressing that feeling. And truth be told, I feel like we have a a large justification for that anger, and I think that should be extended to us because of what we go through. But it's not, and especially within more liberal or conservative spaces, it's definitely not expressed or extended to us, because we have to be the ultra smiley and ultra happy go lucky. And, I mean, now, naturally, I am a happy go lucky guy. I am a more jolly person naturally. But what about my other cohorts, my other counterparts that may be more stoic, that may be more assertive in nature than I am? What about them? They get misconstrued as always being hot tempered and angry, when really that may not be them. So, and then on top of it, how does this translate to how we're being policed? Because you can get somebody who's white and they blow their top, and it's like police just stand by and they won't really attack the person, or you know they may even try to de-escalate, while respecting their right to free speech. But the moment somebody who's black does it, they're getting overly aggressive, they're resisting arrest, and we have to take them in and detain them. And then that could lead to life threatening or life ending circumstances. So I just said that to express that it's hard. It's very difficult being black in this country, even just from a social standpoint, when it comes to expressing our own emotions. So if you can just, if you can, please just extend to us just a little bit more grace, especially to our black women, black femmes who may be experiencing frustration within the system, because a lot of times we're we're just like you, except for we're under more extenuating circumstances. So yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking this to heart. If you notice this trend, let me know down in the comments below what you think. And if you agree, then give me a thumbs up. If you disagree, then hey, give me a thumbs down. And express how you feel in the comments. But yeah, this is something that I felt needed to be talked about, something that needed to be said. And I hope that you guys, this sparks a conversation about how our mental health is usually not taken as seriously within the United States. Um, and part of it, I think, is because white supremacy, which is also pushed by capitalism, and it's something that really needs to change. And I'm just happy that we have allies who are also working shoulder to shoulder with us to help change it. So I just want to thank all of you for tuning in, and I hope you guys, continue to leave the world better than you found it. I wish you, love and peace, and abundance of laughter and food. Uh, Please make sure to water your plants, water yourselves, leave the world better than you found it, and of course, mwah, forehead kisses.